Hi, welcome to your asana practice for It's All in Your Head. Today we're going to be doing a short warm-up intended to be used either on its own or before your yoga nidra meditation to just kind of activate our third eye or our ajna chakra, and also to just kind of warm up the body. So for this practice you'll need a couple blocks. If you don't have blocks at home, you can get really thick books. I don't know if we have encyclopedias anymore, but those would be perfect. And then an eye pillow would be great as well. So let's go ahead and start on our back in Shavasana, and go ahead and take your eye pillow, but instead of putting it over your eyes, place it over your forehead. Come into a comfortable position and start by simply noticing your breath, allowing your breath to slow down, and feeling the subtle pressure at eyebrow center. If you have a lavender scented eye pillow, that's all the better. Maybe a little bit of lavender essential oil at your third eye. And let yourself become heavy and relaxed. Letting go of any holding in your body or mind. And feel the subtle pressure on your forehead. Visualize that subtle pressure sinking down, relaxing your head. And visualize in the middle of your head, behind your third eye, your pineal gland. A small pine cone shaped gland, no bigger than a pea, encased in a filigreed bone structure, clearly protected, clearly sacred. And envision this place in the middle of your head as calm and connected to the earth. This small area surrounded by your thinking brain, almost like it's got a storm cloud that's got lightning and thunder going on all around it. But yet in this small place, it is eternally calm. This place is where the divine in you resides. This place is more of the cosmos, of the energy of the universe in its makeup than it is of the physical world. And allow yourself to find this refuge, this oasis of quiet in your body. In the body, but not of the body. And when you're ready, slowly roll to your right side. Rest your head on your arm, removing the eye pillow. And almost feeling the ebb and flow of the ocean in the middle of your head. Your pineal gland is associated with connecting you to the rhythms of the earth. It creates melatonin, which is something that helps moderate and create your sleep cycles. When you're ready, go ahead and press yourself back up. And let's take our 2 blocks. We're going to set them on the mat so that they're kind of making an arrow. They're pointing towards the front of our mat. And you might like them on this mid setting. You might decide you want them on the lower setting. You can set yourself up and then see. But go ahead and bring your knees apart and sink back with the lower half of your body for child's pose. Then bring the blocks so that you can comfortably place your forearms on the blocks without having to stretch too far. And then let your forehead drop to the earth. Feel your collarbones broadening as your shoulder blades retract on your back. And we open the shoulders and we open the heart. And at the same time, feel your forehead connected to the earth. Feel your pulse, almost like a primal beat, deeply connecting you to all that lies beneath your forehead. Taking a few breaths here, allowing this yin pose to do its work. In yin poses, it's all about simply being and allowing. Allowing by letting go and letting gravity take hold. Feel your heart gently resting in the hammock of your chest. Taking a few more breaths here. And use an inhale to press yourself back up. And put your blocks to either side of the mat. Let's come down to our forearms, letting the forearms be shoulder distance apart, elbows underneath the shoulders. And then go ahead and lift the back of the body off the mat like you would for downward facing dog to come into dolphin. Rock your head forward until you're roughly over your wrists. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers, or you can keep your hands straight, whichever you'd like today. Walk your feet towards your elbows. Draw the shoulders down from the ears towards the hips. Take the front of your hips and draw them to the midline, and then draw a line from your pelvic floor all the way up to the base of your throat, lengthening the front of your body. And then drop your knees to the mat, bring your hands to the mat, and come back into a downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Gently press the heels away from one another. Create some space in your SI joint. Lengthen through your arms, push the earth away, and then just a little slight rotation in as you drop the head of your humerus bones into your armpits. Extend the neck long. Go ahead and rock forward on the feet, and let's come in to plank. So for plank, wrists are below the shoulders. Turn the insides of your elbows towards each other. Press through the heels, lift the thighs off the mat. Create that drawing in at the front, on the front of the body towards the core. Hold yourself firm here. And go ahead and lower with control, or if you want, you can chaturanga on your way down to the mat. Drop the forehead to the mat, stretch the toes long behind you. Go ahead and bring your feet to the edges of the mat. Come up onto the forearms for Sphinx. Energetically draw yourself, bring yourself forward with your hands, elongate through the chest and through the humerus bones. Draw the shoulders towards the hips. Drop the head, allowing the back of the neck to be long and expansive. Plant the tops of your feet and your hip bones strongly into the mat. Being careful not to collapse into the chest. If you'd like to up the work a little here, you can bend the knees. Another yin pose, so we'll give it some time to work, finding silence in body and mind. few more breaths. And go ahead and bring your feet back to the mat if you've bent your knees. And let's come into seal. Straighten the elbows. Keep the front of the pubic bone on the mat as you walk your hands back as far as you're able. Long through the front of the body. Draw the shoulders down the back. Look forward. And then as you're ready, roll all the way back down onto your belly. Cactus your arms on either side of your head. Rest on your right temple. And then take your left knee and just arc it along the floor until it's coming straight out from your hip. And there's a 90-degree angle with your left hip and your body. That left leg kind of in a frog leg position as you release your lumbar spine. And go ahead and exhale, bring that leg down your body, and then go ahead and roll onto your right side. Bring your knees kind of comfortably bent so that you're able to keep your balance easily. And take the top leg in front of you, take hold of the little toe side of the foot. As you inhale, sweep the leg behind you. Feel your belly button reach towards your heart. As you exhale, bring that leg in front. Arc the back as belly button reaches towards the spine. 3 more cycles on this side. Moving at the pace of your breath. Then go ahead and set the leg down. Take hold of that bottom right leg with your left hand. Draw the knee towards the wall behind you. If you can, let that thigh be parallel with the top of your body. And go ahead and come down onto that right shoulder. If you can, take hold of this left toe with your right hand. If that's not in your practice, go ahead and just let it extend in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, turn your heart towards the ceiling. Bring your awareness to that place in the middle of your head. Find a calm quiet there. And then with an exhale, go ahead and relax and release. And roll all the way back onto that right side. And then go ahead and roll to your left side. I'm going to switch sides of the mat only so that I'm facing the camera, but you don't need to. Coming onto the left side, create a nice length in the upper arm bone there. And take the right leg in front of you. Take hold of the little toe side of the foot. And as you inhale, sweep the leg behind you. Belly button reaches towards the chest. And as you exhale, round the back, belly button reaches towards the spine. 3 more times on this side. And go ahead and pause there. Set the right leg on the mat. Take hold with your right hand of that left ankle. Pull the knee straight back. And then come down onto that left shoulder. If it's in your practice to take hold of this front foot, great. If not, just let it extend in front of you and just set that left arm to the side. Take a nice deep inhale. Roll your chest towards the ceiling. Another couple breaths. And then as you exhale, release the feet and go ahead and press yourself up to sitting. Ultimately coming to your knees, and bring your hands in front of you, coming into a tabletop position, but with the mat running longwise, perpendicular to you. And let's go ahead and come up onto our feet and bring our legs wide for Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your heels out a little bit so that you're a bit pigeon-toed here. And then go ahead and walk your hands out quite a bit in front of you as you lower the upper body towards the earth. Stack your hips in line with your heels. Press your sit bones towards the wall behind you, even as you lengthen through your body, through the side bodies. Feel a little bit of stretch and lengthening through the left side body and the right side body. Drop your forehead as close to the mat as you can. And then go ahead and walk your hands back in line with your feet. And if you can, let the crown of your head float towards the floor, not rest heavily on it, just lightly connect. You can put a block under the crown of your head, or maybe that's going to still be too far, in which case just see where your body's at today. Be comfortable. Maybe a little micro bend in the knees. And feel the sensation of your heart sending blood towards your head. And let that middle of your mind, middle of your head be flooded with love from your heart, light and radiant. Press out through the little toe sides of your feet. And then with an inhale, slowly press yourself up, walk your hands forward so you're in a wide-legged tabletop position. And go ahead and bring the feet a little closer together, hands to your hips. And as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. And then heel toe your feet back together. Let's go ahead and come back down onto our mat, all the way onto your back. And go ahead and stretch your arms overhead, stretch your heels towards the end of the mat, get as long as you can. And then bending your elbows, cup each elbow in a palm, still resting your shoulders and your elbows on the mat. Take a nice deep inhale, create length through the whole body. And then as you exhale, take your heels off to the right side of your mat, crossing your left ankle over your right. And then another nice inhale, lengthen, exhale. Take your upper body the same direction over to the right, creating as much lengthening as you can on the left side of your body. Breathing through that left side body, feeling the ribs move away from each other with each inhale, gently relaxing with each exhale. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and straighten your torso, bring your legs back to center. Straighten your body out, take a nice deep inhale, and with the next exhale, take the feet off to the left side of your mat, crossing your right ankle over your left. Another nice lengthening inhale, exhale your upper body over to the left as well. Breathing through the right side body. Another breath. And with your next inhale, Go ahead and bring the upper body back. Bring the lower body back. Straighten all the way out. Bring your arms along your sides. Find your Shavasana here. And then take your hands and just gently work the furrows in your forehead, smoothing them out. Making some circles at your temples. And running your index fingers along the bone above the eye, right under the eyebrow, and below the eye. Run your fingers from your temples down along your jaw, all the way to the center of your chin. And then run your fingers from the middle of your forehead down your nose and around the parentheses of your mouth. Maybe make some circular motions into the hairline, in on the scalp. And then do a little massage in front of and behind the ears. Gently taking and unfurling the edges of your ears. Running your hands from right below your ears down your throat to the base of the throat. Massaging behind the neck, the shoulders. And when all of that feels complete, go ahead and rest your arms along your sides. And either rest here in a Shavasana for a few minutes, or if you're going to do your Yoga Nidra meditation, go ahead and get yourself completely comfortable and start your daily or weekly meditation. Namaste.